What is it? Why is it? Who keeps doing it to us? How much longer will it last? Welcome to Current Mood. Tonight we take a look at loneliness around the holidays. Let's begin the show. That's the sound loneliness makes. Whether it's beautiful or not is up to you. I happen to like it. I'm somewhat of a navigator, an explorer of loneliness myself. You know, I almost didn't do the show today because I didn't have any guests, because I'm running out of friends to put on my show, and also because people have begun transporting themselves. Sorry, I've read the teleprompter wrong. Transporting themselves back home for the holidays. And I almost didn't do a show. I was up pretty late last night. Had one of my baller game nights again last night. I found myself a little too tired and maybe a little too emo to do the show, and I said, that's exactly why you should do the show. Your current mood might be other people's current mood, which is this impending feeling that the holidays are coming in, and we're going to have to sort of batten down the hatches and put up with this thing called loneliness. A lot of songs have been written about loneliness. Here's one.
Only the lonely know the way I feel tonight. Only the lonely.
Most songs about loneliness are actually happy sounding. Here's another one. That one takes a while to get to, and we're just at the top of the show. You get the point. I have no human guests this evening. We'll get to that later on as to why I made that distinction. It's probably time for the segment I like to call... Can I talk to you over here for a minute? Still good. Coffee at home. Can I talk to you over here for a minute? How do I make you right? I mean, how do I really make you right? I know making coffee is just pretty much like putting flavored dirt in some cheesecloth and running hot water through it, but I know it's more complicated than that. I get you at stores and I get you at Starbucks and coffee places and you're great. And then I try to make you at home and it's like, it's a whole different version of you. God forbid someone should ask me to make them coffee at home. I'm really not confident about it. I don't think I ever will be. I guess I had a pretty good week, because that's my only gripe. Coffee at home. Bonus gripe, espresso at home. Really, like what the fuck is going on with that? I have no idea. It tastes like garbage. What am I doing wrong? Let me know. Love you, espresso. This show is going wonderfully. I am so glad I decided to do this show tonight. Hey, what's going on with you guys? It's time to say hello. What's my favorite album at the moment? What's my favorite album? I put on Astroworld a lot because it's like one big song and I dig it. How many colors to win? I don't know what that means. By the way, anybody who's... by the way, it looks like I'm stoned, but that's from having been stoned. How many times have I been asked to start a podcast? I wouldn't... I get asked to do them, and the same reason I don't go on them is the same reason I don't have one. It is just career suicide waiting to happen. It's too many hours of too much open-minded free association. And this is kind of the only show I want to do because I'm in charge. I can control where it's going. I don't think I've done an interview or any kind of podcast in the last 10 years to where I didn't get in the car and drive home and find one thing to be scared about. And it's just uncomfortable for me, so I don't do it. But this is kind of my podcast. And I have to tell you that something really beautiful happened last week. When I talked to Gerard about PTSD on Veterans Day, we ended the show And I was incredibly sort of moved by the experience. And I felt this feeling of having done good, not in the sense of like, well, that was good or bad for entertainment, but that there was some goodness that happened. And the responses from you guys in the DMs were so great that that's sort of the, do I look, this, let me explain to you what's going on. This looks as if I have a pot belly going down to here. This is only because, again, I'm about 6 inches away from you. So this looks, God forbid I should say anything interesting that would be picked up by a news organization looking like this. And all this really is just, it's just extra. That's my stomach. That's my stomach. Oh, well, why that?
Maybe put it in to show what it would really look.
This is what it would really, but it's still just a pillow.
No, that's a belt.
This is a belt?
Belly.
Oh, this is a belly. I just want you to know I still managed to make it into the job. And it's nobody's business who it is.
If you're just tuning in now, you've let yourself go.
If you're just tuning in now, I've let myself go. I let myself go way earlier than this. I had a point, I don't remember what it is. And the reason I can't remember is because I'm so hungry. And I decided to Postmates some food. I didn't want to delay the show, so I got some food from Postmates. So if you're eating at home, let's do it, you know? Let's do it. Someone asked me a question, and now I don't remember what it is. Oh, because I noticed this was going on. Oh, so when I thought I wasn't going to do the show, I was like, wait a minute. Something really special happened last week. I should share this feeling with everybody. And by the way, I'm not lonely per se. I'm doing well right now, but I feel like other people, if you're younger, we'll get to that exactly how I feel about the holidays in a bit. Maybe I shouldn't have my next guest on as I'm eating a bunch of food. Anyway, what's going on down there in the? I'm eating Nobu. I'm not gonna lie. I'm eating Nobu. That was like $90. But, ever the gentleman, I'm pairing it with a Mountain Dew. Which is sort of like a sake. It's sort of like a little sake can. Like, somehow or another, that doesn't look dreadfully wrong. What are you guys eating at home? Let us know in the comments. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty damn good. Someone wrote ass. If you're eating ass at home and you're on your phone simultaneously,
And you Postmated.
you Postmated. If you're eating ass at home and you're watching this, you're disrespecting you're disrespecting someone. I don't know if it's me or them. I would say you might want to be more of a one-track mind person. Focus on some job at hand. I'm fancy. Hey, why am I single? Listen. Nuno Bencourt. Oh, right on, man. Nuno Bencourt's right in. He said he was in between sets with like Steve Vai. Did you say Zach Wild too? Oh, man. Nuno Bencourt is one of my favorite guitar players in the world. And let me say this. Nuno Bencourt and I have a lot in common. Well, at least one thing in common, but it's a big thing. Nuno Bencourt has a song called More Than Words, which was a very big pop song, and it's kind of broke it open for him and his band Extreme. Of course, everyone knows the record Extreme 2 Pornography, which included songs like More Than Words and Hole in My Heart, which I learned both on the guitar, you know. But this guy is such a great guitar player that he's known still as the More Than Words guy is a bit of a crime. And what am I trying to get at? Your Body's a Wonderland is my More Than Words. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, More Than Words is a significantly better song than Your Body's a Wonderland. But the confusion, the cognitive dissonance that both Nuno Bencourt and myself have created Did I just call myself a good guitar player? I guess. I'm no Nuno Bettencourt. That guy plays that Washburn, that same Washburn, number 2. What is it, like number 2? Nuno, what does it say? Isn't it like number 2? I love when guitar players have like, number 2's the one. As if they're like so selective that number 1, they were like, no, number 1 won't do it. Give me number 2. Give me number 2. I thought it was number 1, but then I started to connect with number 2. Anyway, I'm a fair enough guitar player. I tell you, when people bring up like guitar superlatives, I say, if playing guitar were a sport like tennis, I'd make it in the Open, but I don't know if I'd win, but you'd see me in the Open. Maybe I'd have a couple, or maybe I'd have won Australia or something, but I'd be in the game, and that's fun to be in the game. Okay, what else is going on? By the way, there's like 6 or 7 people from Hollywood who watched this and went, nah, he shouldn't get a show. This was the week. This was the week that if I really, really applied myself, all the momentum leading to this would have absolutely been a slam dunk and I would have gotten a show. And there are people in home in their robes, titans of industry, who are just going, it's not going to work. Not gonna work. And I do that as a defense mechanism to keep it cozy. Because when things get to like a 7 and an 8 and they look like they're going to 10, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. And I got to poke at it. And they could go 5, 5, 5, 5. And I go, ooh, that's better. You know, I can't have nice things. What else is going on? I'm going to have one more piece of fish and then I'm going to welcome my next guest. Well, up to 11,000 people, Jordan. 11,000 people. He said, no. Oh man, Nuno, please come on the show. I don't know how you'd feel about us doing a More Than Words Your Bodies Wonderland medley, but I am so effing down for it. I'm so down for me and Nuno on the show. This guy's such a friggin' good guitar player. It's very hard to get like all you are into the consciousness of people. You know? I mean, it's hard enough to get people to know you in the first place. It's really hard to do like a swap with like, hey, could you swap this one thing you know me for another? It's like 10 years. It's taken me 10 years for people to like one at a time. On average, one person every week and a half goes, there's all right. And that's why I'm still alive. Because I'm just one person at a time trying to change the narrative. And this will help change the narrative. Let's get back to the task at hand, discussing loneliness. My next guest is known as man's best friend and is one of the greatest defenses against loneliness. Please welcome a dog. That didn't make any sense. Please welcome a dog. I have some questions for the dog. I can't find them right now. Hold on. Thank you for being on the show. You're known for keeping lonely people company. With so much giving to others, how do you practice self-care, and who keeps you from feeling alone? Okay, that's very forward. I guess we're going to go old style, sort of 50s Rat Pack version of the interview, huh? Okay. A lot of people say that dogs have no concept of outer space, but I personally disagree. Do you care to set the record straight on what you're looking up at in the night sky after you do a poop? Great. Do you have any holiday plans? I guess my line of questioning is pedantic. Shallow and pedantic.
Use a word that sounds like Sam.
Hello? Yeah. You must be a girl. Well, thank you very much. Give it up for a dog. Use yourself. We'll be back right after this. Oh, we have time for that? Okay, Okay. No, we'll skip that then. This worked though, right? This is pretty funny. And delicious. Okay. Sounds good. What's that sound for? And we're back. Welcome back to Current Mood. Jeff Garland writes, vagina. You can see we're having great. Mr. Mort says we need to see those trousers. As a creepier thing ever been said before. If anyone ever said, and then I took my trousers down, nothing good happens after you take your trousers down. You can have fun of taking your pants off. Had a great time a couple times taking shorts off in my life. Jeans, off with them. Had great times. But I never, ever took my trousers off and did anything above board. That's important to remember. Loneliness. What is it? How does it happen? Who's responsible for it? And when will they stop? Well, this has been important. I'll tell you why it's been important. Because I could have not done this show. But I wanted to stick with something. Jeff Garland says he's coming on. Jeff, please be a guest on the show. I need to do a show on Wednesday just to get people to say they'll be on. So I go, we'll come on the show Sunday because, you know my problem? I'm not a very aggressive booker. I don't like getting my friends to do things because I know what it's like when you're like, yeah, I'll do that show. And then you're nervous about doing a show. So my thing is like, I don't even know if I'm doing a show till like 4 p.m. Today, I didn't know till like 6. Anyway. Then I took my trousers down. Stop! It's creepy. Nothing good happened. I'm sure of it. I can imagine what happened. You mind if I take my trousers off? Yeah, I do actually. I got more fun stuff. Here's what happens. And this is what I like about my life on social media. I could probably demand a pretty penny. I mean, command a pretty penny. Demand and command is what I say. I could command a pretty penny for influencing like brands. I could probably get, you know, maybe like 5 figures, high 5 figures for doing stuff, you know, for being like, oh, check out my British Knights, you know. You ever have a pair of British Knights, Jordan? BKs? Anyone know the brand British Knights?
I've heard of it.
British Knights was a brand of shoes that they only gave away on Nickelodeon game shows. I never saw anybody in them. LA Gear. Anyone ever have LA Gear shoes? Yeah, LA Gear.
They lit up.
Yep, they lit up. Oh, you get it. Well, so I could have been promoting an LA Gear or an LA Gear of the now, which is what's the current version of LA Gear? Off-White. I don't know. Came to mind. What a diss. I didn't mean that. Point is, I could command a pretty penny for promoting brands. And I don't. And instead, I show things like this, which is Kraft. This is like the puffed, the fluff. It's the marshmallow fluff. They call it marshmallow cream because I think there's some IP involved in that. But they did again. Kraft comes through with the John Puffed. Yeah. So I had to show that off. Again, in a way, I want to tell you how me holding this up is not selling out. Selling out would be me talking about the watch. No. Not selling out is me pointing to the John Puffed brand, one of a kind, marshmallow cream. Because I'm not getting paid $1. But let me tell you something. I'm going to take this thing down to the quick tonight. I'm taking this thing down to the hilt. So, again, an opportunity to hold something up that could have made me money that I am again declining instead to show you John Puffed marshmallow cream. Spare no expense. Product doesn't actually exist. Well, we have some notes here. We have some show notes here. We could check in with a friend on split screen. By the way, this ends with cool stuff. I don't think that I would just put you on and waste all of your time. By the way, never take your trousers down to the hilt. Never want to do that. Took my trousers down to the quick. Nope. I will not be shopping at this store anymore. What's going on? They made my own marshmallow fluff. Put that on your fish. That'd be like eating ass and watching the show at the same time. Disrespectful to both parties. Disrespectful to the craft organization. It's disrespectful to Nobu Matsuhisa, grandfather of the Asian fusion movement in the LA restaurant scene. I wouldn't do that. Not on camera. By the way, as we speak, Diplo is sending me rough mixes of songs we worked on. They're pretty cool. This guy's good. Listen, this Diplo, I know I sound like someone's dad. But let me tell you, this Diplo is good. Good at what he does. You sing one thing, you're like, you know, all the way to the, and he'll be like, give me 5 seconds. All the way, and money starts shooting out of the mixing board. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's so good at sampling stuff. I sat down with him the other night. I started playing something. He was like, take that first measure. And I said to him, I'm right here. I didn't die. Can play it for you as many times as you need. He's so good at taking things. So good at taking things. So good at boom, boom. Money falls, money falls, money falls. He's so good at it. Everything turns into money. That's how he spends it is up to him. But good Lord, I'm sure it's coming. Mountain Dew. All right, well, it's almost time to play you a brand new song. Can you believe that I'm going to play you a brand new song? I told you that tonight was about loneliness, and I've written a brand new song about loneliness. And it's a song I wrote about 4 days ago, and I finished it about 4 minutes ago because I wanted to sing it for you tonight. And it won't be very good, but what else on this show is? I'd say it's sticking with the overall vibe of the show. So I'm going to play a new song for you. Get your screen captures ready. I'm also going to screw it up, but I love the high stakes gamble of playing a song one time and not playing it again for a few months and having to live with whatever version of the song exists on YouTube. I have the lyrics printed right here because I don't really quite know them yet. And I'm starting to get nervous, which is beginning. The Nobu's starting to churn, you know, a little bit of a Play-Doh fun factory. It's getting exciting now because this is what I live for. Yes, that is the sound I'm going with. This is a song called Blue Skies at Night. Could have just hung out at home tonight, eaten the Nobu and watched some Netflix, but instead, I expressed myself. Okay, here we go. I hate having to do this. Can I try it again if you don't like it? If I don't like it? Give me a second. I love a good challenge. I don't even play the keyboard. I don't even play the keys. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Okay. When I'm standing in the sun, I never really stop to thinking, miss someone. But when I lose that light, blue skies at night. When those evening stars shine down, I suddenly remember that you're not around, and I face that fight. Blue skies at night. These are the hardest kind of years, the ones where people disappear. So tired of all these broken dreams. I'm better on my own, it seems. Dog in a ball at the end of my bed. Yeah, I wish it was the three of us in yours instead. But I do what's right. Blue skies at night. I'm soloing. These are the hardest kind of years, the ones where people disappear. Who's crying all these winter tears? They're hanging like a chandelier. And there beside the morning gray, a stronger man in place of where a fool once lay. But for one more day, blue skies, so come what may. Blue skies, I'll find my way. Blue skies at night. That's called Blue Skies at Night. And that's what I would play for you if you were a friend of mine and you came to my house and I said I wrote a new song. Now, if you were a friend of mine and you came to my house and I played it for you, I wouldn't get as nervous and I wouldn't worry. And I also wouldn't check YouTube for the performance that I gave you at my house because nobody would be filming it. But you know what? That's my song. Win or lose, that's the music that I wrote. Blue skies at night. It's about loneliness. So I just want to tell you that this holiday season, don't try to go 3 for 3. I'm talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas or Hanukkah, and New Year's. Believing that you can go 3 for 3 with 3 fantastic events in 2 months is a fool's pursuit. 1 for 3 would be lovely. I have spent so many Thanksgivings not at home. I have spent Thanksgivings in clubs. I have spent Thanksgivings in the house of strangers on tour. And this is true. I know that I make this face when I tell jokes or lie. Or not lie, but you know. I spent Christmas a few years ago at a Dunkin' Donuts. The only place I was open on at Christmas where I was from. And you get through it. And Christmas was okay because Thanksgiving was cool. And if Christmas and Thanksgiving were cool, you go for the third. You go for a good New Year's. But the idea you're going 3 for 3 this year, a little bit far-fetched, you know. I am doing Thanksgiving away from family, but I'll try and do Christmas with family. And, I mean, I will do Christmas with family. I think this was me committing to it. And New Year's is going to be mellow. And happiness doesn't have a schedule. So the idea of scheduling your happiness, scheduling the waves of up and down in your life so that they land on one of the big 3, it doesn't happen. Take it from me. I have spent a lot of holidays in places that weren't ideal, and you just don't have to win them all. But that said, I certainly hope you do win them. And if you can't be with family, hope you can be with friends. And if you can't be with friends, well, look into yourself. I mean, not now, but anyway, point is, loneliness is a part of the whole thing. You can't expect to be 100% of the time. I'm not. I have a good time being lonely. Sometimes I write that I'm lonely on Instagram, and people write to me and they go, please don't be, please don't be, please don't be. Loneliness is its own thing, you know? You kind of jam through it. Some of us have 2 of each holiday, and it's impossible to enjoy 5 to 7 holidays a month. Well, Mr. Holiday Machine over here, has split the atom and created 6 more holidays. My goodness, I didn't know you were in a John Hughes film. This is unbelievable. You're going 6 for 9 this year, and you're still bummed out. Anyway, it's going to be fine because I'll be here. Not next week. I'm going to disappear, and I'll see you a week after that. And Tank Sinatra, so many families to see. Well, you know, I have a lot to say about that. To each his own, and then their own, and their own, and their own. Hope that I've kept you company tonight. This is the musical equivalent of saying a punchline again to try to get the joke to work. I probably could have played it on the guitar and done it a little better. Have a wonderful week. Don't let loneliness get you too much. We'll see you again in a couple weeks. Have a lovely Thanksgiving. And sleep well.